All right, YouTube, I want to talk to you about my first FOUO of 3, Fire of Unknown Origin. Sorry, Z, but it happened with you and it happened with me. I bought a used X-Max from a buddy. This thing was a monster. It was super fast. XLX2 this, 2028 can that. It was zipping, zooming. I crashed it a couple times. What I didn't know was the battery tray was not attached to the chassis in the X-Max. How would I know that? The car was new to me. It was used, but it was new to me. Anyway, instead of checking it, the car was still driving, so I figured the car was good to go. I drove it out on the street. This street, as a matter of fact, it had all of the neighborhood kids come outside to look at it. They're like, man, Mr. Hines, your car is crazy. And I was like, I know, I was all excited. They were excited until the Z battery popped out. Like, what? So the battery pops out and catches on fire. When I say catches on fire, I mean it's like St. Elmo's fire. It's 5 feet in the air. It's lasting like 5-6 minutes. The kids is gathering around. They think it's a joke. They think I did this on purpose. They think I have my shit together, but I don't. I don't know what's about to happen with this fire. If you've never seen a light bulb fire, it is crazy. Anyway, so the fire goes. The kids are playing with it like they roasting marshmallows, singing campfire songs. One of the moms comes out. I'm like, oh shit, the mom is out. She's gonna blame me for catching her kids on fire. I'm like, ma'am, are you gonna get your kids? She's like, nah, it's cool. The fire's there, the kids are there, we're good to go. About 7-8 minutes later, the fire dies down all by itself, and she goes and gets something so we can clean up all the debris. We'll get the trash shit, the LiPo battery up. I walk back to the house with the ginormous X-Max in my arm, walk of shame. It was horrible. So that's the first time I had an FOUO with the RC car hobby. Whoa. The second time I had an FOUO is when I tried to put the stock Outcast 8S 160 amp ESC into my stock Kraton to replace the 150 amp ESC. It was going well for a little while. It fit pretty good. Form, fit, finish. It was great. I was bashing around and I was like, what is that smell? Brought the car to me. And you can smell the sharp, accurate odor of a fire. I pulled it up, took the top off, unplugged the batteries, smelled it. Man, I tell you what, 6 months later, you can still smell the sharp, accurate odor of an electric fire. I was like, wow. So I replaced all that with a Mamba Monster X ESC with a 1717 1650 kV. That Kraton is a monster. You see me run it. It's the fast, it's strong, it's durable, it's all the things Armor Tough with Castle Creations inside of it. I love it, but go saved it from a fire. No big foul, no big harm. Used to be 6S, now it's technically an 8S. It's crazy fast, crazy durable. One of my favorite RC cars. If you have a Kraton, you know. If you don't have a Kraton, I definitely recommend it. So if you're counting at home, my third FOUO was this guy. I put the batteries in about 10 a.m. Sunday morning. I was ready to go. I was going to shoot a video, put the new tires on there. These are belted from the Ultimate X-Max. I wanted to show you guys the performance on that. I upped the punch level from a 1 to a 5 because I thought I was going to be able to do a standing backflip. Got the car out here, this very spot. I hit the trigger. It stuttered. It should never stutter. It stuttered a little bit. It went off. I was like, that's not good. So I did a U-turn, came back around, put it back in the same spot, pulled the trigger hard again on purpose, trying to make it do a standing backflip in its spot. Instead of doing a standing backflip, it made this weird sound, and then boom, bellowing all kind of white smoke. It was horrible. My heart sank. I was like, not again. Luckily, I just bought this fire bottle a couple months back. So I grabbed it, pulled the pin, and the top on the X-Max is just one quick lever and the whole thing comes off. So I pulled the top off, put the bottle on the car. There's white dust everywhere. My heart still sunk. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm still afraid because I remember the last LiPo fire I had that grew to be 5 feet tall. Didn't want that work. Unplugged the batteries really fast. Got it all under control. Everything is white. The grass is white. The car is white. The tires are white. It was a crazy scene. I probably should have recorded it, but man, I had my humble shoulders on, so I didn't really want to tell anybody about it. But when I told the story a couple times, it was like, man, you gotta put that on film. So I I'm reenacting the story, tell you what happened. If you had these big cars, big power plants, a lot of voltage going through them, you may find yourself in a position where you have an FOUO, fire of unknown origin, and you're gonna have to put a bottle on it. So make sure you have a bottle so you won't lose out on your truck. Brand new wheels, brand new top, brand new motor, brand new ESC, fans. Man, I have about $1,300 wrapped up into this car right now. So it would have been a real shame to lose it, right? I called Hobbywing about their ESC. It's like, hey man, I bought this ESC during the Veterans Day sale. What do you guys have for me? They're like, you're outside of your 30 days. So what we'll do is send us pictures of the ESC, send us a receipt, send us all your documentation, and we'll look at it. A day and a half, 2 days later, they sent me an email back. Long convoluted email that basically said, hey, we'll give you $50 off a new ESC. But as you know, the Max 6 has been discontinued, so there's a new Max 6 G2, and that adds the over-the-air programming, but with Bluetooth. So you don't have to plug in to your ESC. You can just do it all on your phone through Bluetooth, on the fly, on the field. You can update your ESC. So that's a great feature. I'm gonna get the new hotness, but they didn't replace for free, but they did take $50 off of a $150, $160 unit. What's the moral of the story? Make sure you have some kind of fire protection or fire suppression, because you run these big rigs on all that voltage, that FOUO is going to happen. What you're going to do when that FOUO happens to you.